Some breaking news today. Enel, maker of the JuiceBox Home Level 2 charging station, has announced they are ceasing North American operations in the next week. And this is really bad news for anybody who owns one of these Level 2 chargers, and we're going to talk about why in today's video. So if you want to find out more, then stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's the Ioniq guy. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name's Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, EV related. So this morning I got an email from Enel that said, yep, we are shutting down North American operations. The charging landscape has changed and we basically don't want to be a part of it anymore. They're going to continue operating outside of the United States. So if you live in Europe, if you live in South America, wherever you live, if you're not in North America, things will continue operating as they currently do. Now I have a little bit of history with Enel. So about 6-7 months after I started this YouTube channel, they got in touch with me and wanted me to review the JuiceBox on the Ioniq Guy channel. And at the time, I was excited. They were the first EV charger company to reach out to me. And as a burgeoning YouTuber, of course, I said yes. So they sent me a JuiceBox to review in a video. And those of you who've watched my channel for a long time know I've never put out a video review of the JuiceBox. And that is because it was such a horrible experience that I basically emailed them back. We tried to work through some of the connectivity issues with the application, getting it registered and connected to my network, and we weren't able to resolve any of them. And at the end of the day, I said, take your device back. I'm not even gonna review it. I'm done wasting my time with this. I spent hours and hours and hours troubleshooting it, and it wasn't worth the hassle anymore. And I definitely didn't want any of you buying it based on my recommendation, so I just canceled that project altogether. As you know, I have never recommended a JuiceBox after that. I recommend the Autel, the ChargePoint Home Flex. I've had pretty good experiences with both of those chargers. Now, when I was taking a look at the JuiceBox, I think they were going through a change of application and nothing worked correctly. It was truly a nightmare. Now, Enel has been around for a while. They were one of the OG EV Level 2 charger makers. So it is really quite unfortunate to hear that they are just ceasing operations here in the United States. And I know many of you own that Level 2 charger. Now, JuiceBox says in their statement that the charger will continue to operate as a dumb charger, but they are shutting down their servers, so app connectivity is no longer going to function. And let me tell you why I think that is a really big deal. So at least for me personally in Connecticut, my local utility was going to give me a big incentive to choose either a ChargePoint Home Flex or a Enel JuiceBox to install and get discounts on my electricity rates depending on time of day when I was using it. And to do that, it has to be able to connect to Wi-Fi and to their servers to send that information to Eversource, the local utility there. Now, with their servers shutting down, forget it. All these programs are not going to work for you anymore. So if you are using this feature to get discounts through your utility provider, you're just SOL. And that is really unfortunate because they were one of the big players. Therefore, a lot of utilities gave discounts for these chargers, assuming you are going to connect it to these discount programs. So if you own one of these and participate in one of these programs, I don't know what to tell you other than you might want to consider getting a different charger, but that also has upfront costs and it's going to take time to recoup those upfront costs. So all in all, it's just a really bad look for JuiceBox. I'm really glad I never recommended them. The product itself seemed fine. It seemed like it was built pretty decently. I didn't think it was the best looking charger, but it worked. But because it was a smart charger, it carried a premium. You're talking $500, $600, $700 for this charger, depending on configuration. Now, I haven't seen many of their commercial chargers located in Connecticut, but they are out there. I think they're pretty low power. I think we're talking the tens of kilowatts, but they exist for people who bought these systems for their sites and installed them. Enel is saying they're going to stop working entirely. And that is just a really bad look. And if you have a question or anything, forget it. Enel has already shut down all of their customer service, so there's no longer a phone number, there's no longer an email address that you can contact. You're just absolutely screwed. So for those of you outside of North America with Enel products, I hope that they continue to work for you for the foreseeable future, but who knows, you guys might be next. So if you own one of these, what do you do now? It depends. If you don't need the smart charger functionality, continue using it as you do today. There's no reason to think that any of the basic functionality of the charger will not work anymore. It's just strictly those smart features. If you're using built-in scheduling within the app, you can now do that within your car's system, so you don't have to rely on theirs if you want to do scheduled charging. But like I mentioned earlier, if you're getting some of these incentives through your local utility based on time of use, you may want to consider looking at a different charger. Now, I have been recommending for a couple years now Autel's maxi chargers. I've found that not all utilities will allow them to be part of these programs. Eversource in Connecticut, last time I checked, did not allow Autel, which is unfortunate. They did, however, allow ChargePoint Home Flex, which is a up to 50 amp charger. I have one installed at my home alongside my maxi charger, and they both work reasonably well. Now, if you want most bang for your buck, the maxi charger is definitely the one to get. It has a really great looking app. If you are interested in seeing my review on it, there's a link in the description below. The ChargePoint Home Flex does tend to be on the more expensive side, and I don't think it's really all that warranted for what you get. So if you do own a JuiceBox, I'm really sorry to give you this bad news. Luck of the draw, I guess. Hopefully this doesn't happen to any other level 2 charger companies anytime soon. If you own one of these, leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are on this matter. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.